Good afternoon. This is the Geek Preacher here with you today, hoping to begin what may be a number of video casts I'm trying to do. I don't want to keep it too long because I know there's a lot of things out there fighting for your attention online. But today I just want to kind of give a little short rant, so to speak, about seminary. Now here I am in my third semester of seminary at Memphis Theological in Memphis, Tennessee. And I enjoy it, and I even enjoy the classes. But at 39 years of age, as I look forward to a degree program that is 87 hours long, and as a man who has studied theology, religion, and faith for over 18 years on my own, and both formally on the undergraduate level, and now with a year of graduate studies behind me, it gets a bit frustrating. I think the most frustrating part is because I'm a geek. As a geek, we read everything. We study everything. We try and find out as best we can about everything. And the hardest part is we know where to find good sources. We also know where to find free resources on the net, both good and bad. And I think that's the problem that I'm facing. You see, I sit in a class, a professor quotes Soren Kierkegaard, begins to use Soren Kierkegaard's theater analogy of ministry and of worship. And I look at that and I think, oh, I already know this. As I begin to read the books and the texts, many of which I've already read or have been exposed to in one way or another, and I find it very frustrating. It's a very frustrating, again, I say that word because it just annoys me. I'm almost annoyed because I've tried and I've tried and I've tried to just really get into it, but it's difficult. The most fun I have at seminary is actually sitting down with my friends during our breaks, having lunch together, and sharing theological concerns, ministry concerns, and most importantly, life concerns. Concerns of the Christian life and faith. And I think that's the most important thing that often gets left out in a seminary education, is that mentor process, that time when we can sit down and learn together. Now, I do enjoy these times with other ministers, but to be honest, should we be paying for seminary to do that? The other problem is there is no way to clep out or test out of a class. Even if I already know the material, I'm familiar with the material, I know how to do it, I know the work, I can't test out of it. I have to just plug on through. Now, I'm a product of the technological age, and I'm used to my information coming quick and fast. I understand that the internet changes day by day, and that the world changes day by day. And to say that, until you can fully step into certain aspects of ministry only until after you finish seminary, I find it very difficult to accept. I'm fighting this. I'm praying over this. Why should I have to spend 87 hours in seminary for many things that I already know? One of the things I find most hilarious is that your last year of seminary, you take what are called practicums, which basically means you get out there and you practically minister. That means that you're sitting in an area and someone's monitoring you and you're turning in reports on how you're ministering. The reason I find that hilarious is the majority of seminary students are already in some type of ministry. That's right. We're out there actively preaching and ministering in local churches. Yet we have to go back and pay someone to evaluate us. Now, if you're like me and you're a United Methodist minister, you find that very difficult. You find that annoying because you see, as a United Methodist minister, I have a district, I have area ministers that I do report to, that I do speak to about how my ministry is going now. Right now, I pastor 3 churches. I speak with my district superintendent. I speak with other pastors. And we get together and we share these things and we give each other ideas. Now, I don't pay for that. That's the nice part of being part of our connectional system in the United Methodist Church. But on the seminary level, they're requiring me to pay for this. Pay for something that I'm already actively doing, and in many ways have been actively doing on and off for the last 18 years. I'm a grown man, yet you want me to give you more money so that you can judge whether or not I'm doing effective ministry. What about those other ministers who are already judging that? Here, this today is some food for thought. Things I want my fellow seminarians to think about. Things I want other ministers who have been through seminary to think about. We have to find a way to speed up the process. We have to realize that many of our ministers are already educated. Yes, there are quite a few out there that are not educated, and they do need it. But we need to do things on a case-by-case level instead of just stamping it out and saying everybody has to fit into this particular mold. What good is it for me to continue taking the same things over and over again that I already know? I know fellow seminarians are facing the same thing. My prayers are with you. I hope that things work out better for you. But as a geek, many of us are. I found that out. We're all geeks, and we all study. Study to show thyself approved, fellow workman. God bless you, and have a nice day.